What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Masculine Energy. So in this one, I wanted to talk about what motivates an ex to come back to you and why would they make the decision to come back to you so much later than you'd think, and what makes someone miss you and stuff like that. But first, before we get into it, if you're new around here, go down below and hit that subscribe button and join my email list. Highlight the email list power. You should see that right below. And when you do that, put that in your address bar, fill out your information, and you'll get free shit when you do that down the road. So I'm kind of taking one thing at a time, but basically I'll be sending out free shit to my newsletter people that join that. So join that over there, and we'll get some awesome shit rolling your way. Some ebooks, like little bullet points, surveys, whatever I feel like I want the direction of this brand to go. What motivates an ex to come back to you? Well, first, they have to reinstate or realize that the attraction has to be able to come back. Does that make sense? So basically, when somebody leaves you, the attraction level has gone down so low, they don't see a future with you anymore. They don't see any sort of future. They don't see any way that they could continue the relationship with you anymore. They don't think that you are a viable partner. That burns, I know, but that's exactly what's going through their head, or that's what they're feeling. They might not think that directly, but they will be saying to themselves, what is it? What's going on? I don't know what I'm feeling about you anymore. So that's what happens when somebody leaves you. So basically you just got to reverse that and try to get them to get attracted to you again. So you got to reinstate that attraction level. So what kills attraction? What pushes them further away? What makes it easier for them to stay away from you and keep leaving you behind, and hurt and so on and so forth? Freedom. They feel like they don't have any freedom with you anymore. When you keep on pestering and pursuing and chasing and you push and push and push until they feel like no matter what happens, that no matter how long it takes you, they'll never be free being with you. See, when people are free in a relationship, like whether they're free to come and go, whether, they can go down, like my girlfriend can go downtown right now. Do I give a shit? Fuck no. Because if she fucks up, that's her problem. That's on her, right? So, and a lot of guys get jealous. A lot of guys get upset and they're like, "Oh, you're going downtown without me. You're going to get hit on by guys." Yeah. Like I sometimes even tell my girlfriend, I'm like, "Yo, go get free drinks from some motherfucker who's willing to pay for them. It's his fault. If he doesn't understand attraction, then he can find my channel and understand how this all works. But go exploit it." You know what I mean? Because guys are so dumb. Like some of them, like it's like if you're going to buy a girl a drink thinking you're going to get in her pants, is she reciprocating any attention to you? Is she buying you drinks? You know what I mean? But that's a whole other video. So let's stay on track here. So you got to make sure that attraction level can come back. Now, if you've already, pushed on so far that to get them to come back, or you've pushed them away and they don't even talk to you anymore, you've been blocked, you're in a pretty bad position. You've dug yourself into a hole. Now, what you can do is better yourself and better yourself and better yourself until you get to a point, no matter really what happens, you'll be okay. Now, I know that's a difficult thing to hear because you're like, well, I want to be with this person. I want that person to be by my side as I grow, but that's where your problem lies. So your problem is when you rely on somebody else for your growth and your future, that's when they become not so attracted to you. They lose their attraction level. They don't know how to be comfortable around you because they are thinking, what happened if I left? Or what happened if this or that happened? How would they be able to survive? Females only want to be around somebody who they know, no matter what, will be able to be completely fine without them. Right? They're only a complement to your life. You don't need them for anything. You just need them to breed. Like, you know what I mean? So, but we also, as human beings, do want to be in relationships. It's what we are here to do, really. Like we're I don't know the word, but we're naturally want to be around other humans and bond and connect and stuff like that. They just don't see a future with you at this point. So you need to make it okay for them to be able to come back if they just left you. So when they leave, you don't beg, you don't plead, you don't do anything stalkerish, because the one thing that a female is afraid of is a man. We are literally the number one problem for a woman. Rape, abuse, whatever, right? A whole bunch of, a slew of other things. But basically anything physically dominant, like, because we can usually pretty easily overpower women. So we are the number one problem. So they need to feel comfortable and safe and coming back around. And if you keep pushing and keep begging and keep doing all these things to make her feel uncomfortable, do you really think she's going to come back around? No, because she doesn't have any faith in the fact that you'll make her feel safe and free being with you. People will always be closer to you the more free that they feel, right? You must love in such a way that the other person feels free. That is the most important thing that you can do in a relationship, and actually preventing your relationship from even getting to the point of breaking up. But if your relationship does end, then make sure that you do not do anything uncomfortable. So what would be uncomfortable? Well, number one, showing up anywhere around them when it's kind of unwanted and uninvited. So when you get broken up with, usually she'll say like, I don't want to see you right now, or I'm going to go out with my friends and I'm going to go out and do stuff. And if you kind of just show up or pretend, like, so sometimes guys think they're smart and they'll actually go and be like, oh, my buddy Aaron is in this area, and if I'm around there, I might see you. Don't just show up, around them thinking that they'll talk to you. When somebody doesn't want to be around you, respect that, because it's way more attractive to respect their decision than to be a stalker and some crazy motherfucker who won't leave them alone. So showing up and doing anything kind of crazy, you know what I mean? Like, so if you're a guy and a guy gets broken up with and you're sitting outside of her fucking place begging and pleading, please don't leave, please don't leave. What's that make you look like? And what's that make her look like? She doesn't want to look bad in front of anybody. So if you're out there, acting like a crazy person, saying like, don't leave me and blah, 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 she doesn't want that drama. She just wants to be left alone to her own devices to think about the relationship and what's going on when she decides to leave you. Don't do anything insane. Next, you start doing things that sort of seem dangerous. Okay. So for example, when somebody, I've had a coaching client in the past that actually did like a whole bunch of random kind of like, what's the word? Extreme things. So like, for example, when he got broken up, when his girlfriend left him, he was driving around with his friends at night, and they were speeding and doing crazy stuff, and they actually got into a car accident. They were completely fine. He did that in order to tell, like, I don't know if he did it on purpose, got in the car accident on purpose, but you never know. People do crazy, insane shit when they get broken up with. But when he did that, he actually got into a car accident. When he got into the car accident, he did that and told her right away that it happened. And she was like, oh my God, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. And then he started talking about the breakup. It was actually conniving. And I didn't think that was something that people did, but they do. And I didn't realize that it stretched that far, but it does. And that's something that people will do to try to get somebody to talk to them or try to get somebody's attention when they get dumped and get broken up with. So just don't do anything off the wall. Just accept the breakup, take it in the face, take it in the face. Wow, that's dirty. Take it right on the chin. That's dirty too. So take the punch to the face. Okay. It's going to hurt and it's going to take some time. This is the best position that you can be in, because this is what's going to make them think, hey, you know what? Maybe this person did give me more freedom than I thought, or maybe this person isn't so bad. And sometimes it can be a test. Sometimes it can be a test to see what you will do, because you've been doing needy and feminine things to your girlfriend, or not doing certain things at all. So if you're not taking care of the relationship the way that you should be, sometimes she'll break up with you just to test you. Sometimes they'll do it just to see if you will go insane or do something to make the relationship continue or not. Like, there's a lot of little conniving things that women will do and men will do too, just to get somebody's attention, or just to see if a relationship will continue. It's actually, it's quite crazy. Analyze what happened. Make sure you take time for yourself, and make sure you take time and see your friends. And there's going to be a point in time where you're going to want to sit around and watch Netflix and eat some ice cream and eat some chocolate bars and do absolutely nothing. But when you do that, feel it. Don't push the breakup down. Don't feel the breakup. Cry. Let it out. It's okay to cry if you're a guy. All right. Like, I don't care what anybody fucking says. As long as you're not fucking doing it like, you know, on your girlfriend and she's holding you, like consoling you over something she did. You know what I mean? Like if your parent dies or something very tragic happens to you, that's an exception to the rule. When you're sitting there and she's kind of like your mother, that's what they don't want. They don't want to be a mother. They want to be your partner. Make sure that you just take time for you, eat all the ice cream you need to eat, and then give it a couple of weeks. And then after a few weeks have gone by, that's when you can start dusting yourself off and start going to the gym and start eating healthy and start doing more with other human beings, because right now you're going to have this kind of anger and this sadness towards hanging around anybody. You're not going to want to deal with anybody's problems because they're going to talk about their problems. You're going to be like, look, I'm going through a breakup right now. I don't even want to hear about your problem. So make sure that you take some time, get that out of your system so you can hang out with other human beings and hang out with your friends and maybe start looking to meet some new people. And what ends up happening is when you step back and you start looking at the relationship and start analyzing what could have went wrong, you start to understand their perspective, and you can start understanding where you went wrong as well. Actually, that hits you pretty quick what you did wrong, because you'll be like, oh, because she'll probably tell you, look, I'm not feeling this relationship anymore because of this or because of that. And sometimes they tell you, but sometimes they don't, and they kind of just leave you high and dry and you don't really realize what's going on. So take some time, analyze your relationship, make sure you work on you, and become the best version of yourself always before your relationship. And what ends up happening a lot of the time is when you stop focusing on yourself and you start focusing on the relationship more, that's when the other person starts to get a little bit weary of you. And there's usually this balance between men and women. There's sometimes there's this balance that it goes like this, right? And it's usually better if the males kind of have this balance just a little bit more than the females. But one person usually chases the other a little bit more. So one person will see the future in a relationship a lot more than the other. And this is transitioning to happen to more men than women these days. That men are thinking about the future and relationships more than females are. Why there's such a big fucking problem right now. So. And then there's the opposite side when that's not even talk about that. So anyway, I'm going to end this video. So if you guys like the video, hit that like button below, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll talk to you guys soon. But make sure if you have any issues with this concept or whatever, send me an email. But I have three products now. So basically, one is Telegram coaching, which I have quite a few people doing, and then there's a video response. So this is probably like the most chosen coaching option. So basically what you do is you email me your issue, and then I do a video response to it, and I've done two so far, and one has been easily well received, and then he actually signed up for Telegram coaching right after. The other one hasn't been completely finished yet. I still have to edit that one and send it off to her. So and then the other is one-on-one Skype coaching. Email coaching isn't really a viable option because it takes too long to get my point across, and you can't hear my tone and you can't do it. But Telegram, at least it's instant, so I can kind of like move forward. But and then the prices for that will be either down below, or when you email me, we'll figure that out. Okay, talk to you later.